Hi, I'm Russell Cummings, and in this short video I just want to discuss the the emerging trend of hiring virtual assistants with you. I want to explore the pros and cons of hiring a VA and give you a little bit of feedback on my experience and also the experience of my virtual assistant in doing that. What is a VA? Well, Tim Ferriss in his best-selling book, The 4-Hour Workweek, talked of engaging, a virtual assistant to help you get better productivity, and the concept has gone from there. A virtual assistant is really a personal assistant who works remotely from you, so they don't work out of your office, they work out of their own offices. And that's a good thing. Sometimes your virtual assistant can be located overseas, other times just another region in your company. So why would you engage a VA? I guess the things that spring to mind for me are infrastructure costs. There's no office or IT or communication costs that you would get with a traditional employee. They're economical, so you can engage them in different ways. So often you can engage them on a pay-as-you-go basis, or alternatively you can engage them on a part or full-time basis. And often if you engage an overseas PA in this way, then this can be a very economical way of having an employee. Skills. Ray is my VA. I found her in the Philippines. She's well educated, highly skilled, and she shows great initiative, and that's where the real value is added. She shows a lot of initiative in my business, and I certainly couldn't do without her anymore. I use Ray to provide me with secretarial and business support, and she also writes a number of articles, blog articles for me. But other people certainly engage assistants with detailed technical knowledge in areas like web, IT, social media, and that sort of stuff. So it's up to you. Now, don't take my word for the benefits of having a VA. Here's some quick comments from Ray on her point of view.
Hi everyone, this is Rai. I'm working for Russell as a virtual assistant, and this is what I have to say about the benefits of being a VA from a VA's perspective. Well, talking from experience, being employed as a virtual assistant is more beneficial than being employed locally. Before working online, I was a sales agent and had to spend way more than 8 hours to finish my day's work. When I added all the extra work time and commuting, I barely had time for other things, and I sacrificed a lot of extra time that was supposedly for my young kids. I have 2 and I am a single mom. I got stressed a lot and realized it wasn't worth it since the pay didn't get any higher, so eventually I quit that job. In my search for other opportunities, I stumbled upon the site that changed my life, www.onlinejobs.ph. I was eager to look for a well-paid, full-time job that I could do at home so I could be there for my kids every day. I found what I needed by being a VA. I found my life balance. I am paid well, and I save time and money by working at home, by cutting transportation and other unnecessary costs. So those are the benefits of working online as a virtual assistant from my point of view.
So what are the pitfalls? A couple of common pitfalls are the language barrier. Often English, if that's your first language, can be a third or second language in other countries, and this can cause issues with communication between you and your VA, particularly if you use a lot of colloquial language. I found hiring a Filipino assistant has been great because they have an excellent command of English and colloquial English that certainly like we speak in Australia and probably the United States and the UK. So they are very good from that point of view. The second pitfall is foreign exchange changes, so that can change the cost of hiring for you. It also makes a big difference to your virtual assistant if you've hired somebody from overseas, and I decided that I will wear the foreign exchange risk rather than my virtual assistant. Also be aware that PayPal take a rather large slice out of their fees, and you may want to compensate for that as well. Another pitfall is time zones. Be wary of differences in time zones. The time zone difference between the Philippines and Australia is currently 2 hours, but in some cases your VA could be 9 or 10 hours behind you. You need to understand how that will impact on you practically. Communication is obviously a big thing. It's all electronic, but there are some great tools. So there are online task management tools like Basecamp. You can have online CRMs, and things like Google Docs are also invaluable for sharing documents and collaboration. And also, don't forget, email and Skype are absolutely critical in making this whole thing work. The other pitfall is often cultural issues. So different holidays and festivals and local customs may mean that your VA is not able to work at the times when you want to work. This is simply a matter of getting this in advance and planning around it, so that they know and you know when they're going to be available and when you're going to be available. And the last one is that often that electricity and internet can be intermittent in some other countries, so they don't have as more a reliable service as you may have at home, and so you may need to take that into consideration. So in summary, a VA or a virtual assistant has been a great addition to my business. It's not for everybody, but if you travel or work from home office or something else where you don't actually need the infrastructure of having an office and somebody else in there working with you, then a virtual assistant could really help you. Alternatively, it can just be an effective way of getting some great support in a particular area of expertise that you need on a regular basis. So, if I were you, I'd certainly investigate it if you think it's something you might want to do. Now, I'd be interested in your feedback on your experiences or your comments on using a virtual assistant. Please add them to the bottom of the blog, and I'd love to see some of your feedback there. Thanks a lot. Talk to you again soon.